Good morning. It's Friday. It's Friday, and it's not sunny outside in Billings, Montana. Good morning, everybody. This is Billy Parrott, Billy in B-Town Real Estate, Meridian Real Estate. I'm actually the Meridian Real Estate headquarters this morning. Dropped my kid off to theater camp, and I think I may have a upcoming actress in the midst. So super excited. She's been loving it. They have theater camp at BST this week, and they're gonna do a performance tonight. So I'm really excited. She actually got a part of a goon or something like that. But anyway, super excited about that. Good morning. So I was trying to think of what to talk about in coffee chat today. It's not really real estate related per se. Right now, I'm on a journey. I'm doing the 75 hard challenge, and it's part of that rule. You're supposed to pick a diet and stick with it for 75 days. And I'm sure, like a lot of you, you have trouble sticking with a diet because food is so good. I'm a foodie, big time foodie. And especially lately, I've been craving lots of sugar, especially since I stopped drinking. I can't stop eating chocolate, cookies, ice cream, which I'm not even an ice cream fan, but the huckleberry ice cream sandwiches here in Montana are the best. If you ever come to Montana, definitely have one of those. So I'm struggling. So what I decided to do is just don't eat anything that's processed, which again is hard because most of the easy to grab stuff is processed. And like a lot of you, if you're a realtor or a business person, it's hard to take the time to eat healthy. And that's what I'm struggling with because obviously fast food is fast, but it's also processed and greasy and full of sodium and carbs. So yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to come on and just chat a little bit and get your guys' feedback. What's worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? Maybe what you're struggling with. I did ask, I was curious. So I asked ChatGPT for the top three uh, most successful diets, is what I put in for my prompt. I said, give me the top three most successful diets. And it was kind of interesting. In fact, I forgot to print out the sheet. 1 second, I'm going to grab it. Give me a minute. Okay, you can tell I'm really prepared this morning, and it's Friday, so that's okay. Everybody's probably going out having fun, enjoying their summer. Okay, so the number one diet, and this is one thing I've heard too, is the Mediterranean diet, which emphasizes eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fish, healthy fats, moderate amounts of dairy, and poultry. Red meats and sweets are limited, and you can actually on this diet have like a glass of wine. They actually kind of put that in the diet. Adding wine. I don't drink, but in case you do drink, this would be a good diet for you in case you like wine. Sarah says, same girl, same. Sarah says, nothing works for me. I know it's hard. It's super hard to stick with something, but I do like the Mediterranean diet taste wise. Yes. Yeah, there is a lot of options with the Mediterranean diet. I mean, you can have like pasta and stuff like that. And so they say that's the best for reducing the risk of heart disease and chronic conditions, things like that. And then they have number two as the DASH diet, which is essentially the Mediterranean diet. It stands for the dietary approaches to stop hypertension. It's just a short way of saying that. And it's used to manage high blood pressure, which high blood pressure runs in my family. I don't know that I have high blood pressure yet, but fingers crossed. But yeah, basically it's the Mediterranean diet. So I don't know why they have that on there twice, but I was looking in so I'm kind of a diet crazy person. I've probably tried every single diet that's out there. And of course I have all these diet books and food books. So I was looking through my my bookcase and I found all these diet, and these aren't even all the diet books that I have. I just brought a few, but I actually had the Dash diet book. I actually own this thing. Have I read it? No, I probably skimmed through it a couple times here and there. Because here's the thing, guys. I don't have time to cook. I honestly, I'm running and gunning all day long. And in our household, it's like, what are we having for dinner? No idea. If it wasn't for my husband, I would basically starve to death. I would be anorexic because he is the cook. Shout out to you, Frank, for cooking and keeping us fed because I don't have time. And so I think that's why I got overwhelmed, is because I'm looking at this. It's got, different menu options, things to cook. And I'm just like, who has time for this? I don't have time to sit there and organize it, go to the grocery store, get the items. And a lot of times these items are so weird and rare. And I'm just like, I get overwhelmed. I start well, I do good for the first week, and then I'm just like, I'm over it. I can't do it. So if you're out there and you're watching and you've done something that's super simple, easy, hit your girl up, comment, because I still haven't found that perfect diet to follow yet. But anyway, there's some pretty good ideas in here, but I just don't have time. And that's, I think, the problem with most people. You just don't have time. So what is the answer? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. Let's see, what does Sarah say here? I also tried the Mayo Clinic diet. It worked the first week, but then I got off track as per usual. LOL. Yeah. What is the Mayo Clinic diet? If you're still watching, comment. Let us know kind of the gist of what that is, because I don't think I've ever heard of that one, actually. I've heard of most of them, but not that one. And then the third one, and I've never heard of this one, is the flexitarian diet. What the heck is a flexitarian diet? I'll tell you what a flexitarian diet is. It says it's a more flexible approach to a vegetarian diet. You eat mostly plant-based foods while allowing for occasional meat and animal products. It's beneficial for weight loss and disease prevention. So I've been a vegetarian. I was actually a vegetarian for, 8 or 9 years. I just started recently eating meat, probably a couple years ago, because I read, and we'll get to this one, the blood type diet. And apparently, according to my blood type, I'm supposed to be eating meat. So I started eating meat about a couple of years ago. Not a whole lot of red meat. I mean, I'll have a steak here and there, but mostly chicken, fish. But I was a pescatarian too for a while. And a pescatarian is a vegetarian-ish, but it's a vegetarian who eats fish, I guess. That's basically what it boils down to. So I guess this flexitarian, why would you even call it a flexitarian diet? It's just a diet that you're just eating vegetables and meat every once in a while. I don't know, that's weird. So those are the top 3 that ChatGPT spit out for me this morning. And then what was I going to show you? Oh, and then fasting is another thing that I've tried, and it does work. It's just really hard to stick to. So like intermittent fasting, basically you can decide on your time of eating and then time of not eating. So I think there's like a 18-6 where you only eat for 6 hours and then you fast for the rest of the 18. Or there's ones where you're eating for 4 hours, a 4-hour window, and then you don't eat the rest of the time. I've done that one. So like from 12 to 4 you can eat, and then anytime after that you cannot eat. That it's hard at first, but then you kind of get used to it, and you honestly don't even feel hungry after a while, which kind of sounds weird. And you do notice you do have more energy. And I think it's because your body's not working so hard to digest all that food. And let me just say something first. I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritional coach. So don't come at me if I'm wrong on any of this stuff. This is just my own experiences of what I've done and maybe what I've heard like my friends do. So yes, I'm not an expert whatsoever. But yeah, so intermittent fasting, there's actually, oh God, is his name Chris Hemsworth? Whoever plays Thor, that actor. There's a show, I can't remember what it's on, if it's on Netflix or Amazon. I think it's called Limitless. I would definitely recommend watching this. And he basically tries different things like this to kind of push himself. But he actually did, I believe it was a 5-day fast, a 5-day fast, where all he did was drink water. And I was like, holy cow. But he still worked out too, which I found interesting. I don't know if I could do that. At one time I tried 24 hours and I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to die. So, yeah, he definitely pushed himself, and it was kind of interesting to watch because he kind of broke down mentally towards the end, which, I mean, really, if you think about it, you're detoxing from everything. You're detoxing from sugar. I mean, you're basically just doing a full detox. And if you've ever detoxed from sugar, it's like, and they've said this, it's comparing it to a heroin addict giving up heroin. I mean, that's how bad detoxing from sugar is. I mean, and I mean complete sugar, like, because there's so many, if you look at labels of ketchup, and just weird stuff that you wouldn't even think has sugar in it, has sugar in it. So reading those labels is very important. And I was good at that for a while. I kind of like sloughed off, but now I'm going to get back at it. In fact, on the way here, I was going to get a sparkling water that had caffeine in it. And I read the ingredients, and it was all this junk in it, preservatives. It didn't have sugar, but it had sucralose. And I was just like, you know what? I don't really need to drink this. I'll just drink water. So yeah, sugar detox, that I've done that, and it's rough. It's rough. You get the chills, you get the sweats, you feel like you're going to throw up, you get a migraine, you feel super lethargic, brain fog, but then afterwards you feel awesome. You feel wide awake, you have all this energy, but then it's so hard to stick with that not having sugar because birthdays and celebrations and there's sugar all around. So yeah, that one's hard. So yeah, I would try intermittent fasting if you don't really want to maybe give up certain foods. Maybe just try it. Give it like a month or so, and maybe just do the 8-hour window to start, and then there's a 6-hour window or whatever. There's some that are like sun up, sun down. Like you can't. I can't remember exactly how it goes. Like you can't eat, or you can eat from the sun up to the sun. Anyway, I don't know. Look it up. It was something like that with the sun, but it's kind of interesting. So yeah, again, I have the book on it, The Guide to Fasting. And again, I've probably maybe skimmed through this a couple of times, and that's about as far as I've gone. So I'm going to probably read through this again and just see, but it talks about the advantages of fasting. Some people are against fasting. I actually had a gentleman who was a sports trainer, kind of scolded me a little bit and said that fasting is not good for you. So I don't know. I don't know the answer. Try it. Don't try it. See if you like it. I don't know. I think there's benefits to everything. Let's see. Sarah says the Mayo Clinic diet together. What teaches you stories? Oh, okay. She lost 5 pounds on it in the first week. Hey, that's really good. 5 pounds in a week. That's really good. I might have to check that out. So she's talking about the Mayo Clinic diet, which I've never heard of, but it teaches you habits, break and gain in order to eat healthy without depriving your body of what it needs. I think that's what we all need is, we don't want to deprive ourselves. Life is too short. We want to be able to enjoy a bowl of pasta here and there and a piece of chocolate, a glass of wine. I don't know. And then this other one, I tried to do this. It's the get off your acid. Not get off your acid, get off your acid. It basically fight inflammation and reclaim your health and energy. So according to this, and there's actually a forward by Kelly Ripa in here, our body, we eat too much acidic foods. And I've heard of this because it's the other thing where you can test your, and I'm trying to remember what the word is for it. There's acidity and then there's alkaline. So apparently we're supposed to have more alkaline in our body and less acid in our body. So it just talks about the foods that are more acidic and then the foods that are more alkaline. In fact, I did this one before. You can test your alkaline levels. There's these little strips, and not to get weird, but I'm not going to go there, but there's ways that you do stuff with this strip and it tells you whether or not your alkaline is high or not, or at the right levels. Good morning, Frank. I gave you a shout out earlier about cooking for our family so we can eat. And he makes a mean taco. Let me tell you, a mean taco. What's this? Oh, perfect. Thank you, Sarah. So Sarah commented on Facebook with a link to the Mayo Clinic diet in case you're interested in that. So the blood type diet, this one, it's probably been the one that has worked most for me, but I haven't been sticking to it as of late. I don't even know how I found out about this one. I probably Googled diets or something, but it's kind of interesting. So according to your blood type, you're supposed to eat certain foods and avoid certain foods. So a lot of people don't know what their blood type is. I had to actually call my OBGYN to find out because I had no clue. I was like, I don't know what my blood type is. But I'm a blood type O. So again, I had read about this, and according to it, blood type O's are more of the carnivores, the hunters, and so they should be eating meat, like lean meats, proteins, things like that. So that's why I started eating meat. And I did notice that I leaned up a bit because when I was a vegetarian, of course, I ate more carbs, not a whole lot of protein because it's hard. O type blood. Wait, what? O blood types rock. Are you a O blood type too, Sarah? I think we did talk about that before. My daughter's O blood too, but yeah. So it's kind of interesting. So for instance, I did give up coffee because in here they say to avoid coffee because of the acidic elements in it. Causes a lot of gut issues, which I did notice. My gut was always just bloated. I mean, it still is really, so I still don't know what I'm eating that's wrong, but I did notice a huge difference since I stopped drinking coffee. It's been 2 years now since I've had coffee, which was crazy because I was drinking a whole pot of coffee. Yes, a whole pot. And I would drink it throughout the day. I just kept refilling. And that's hard. If you are thinking about giving up coffee, it was the hardest week, probably even harder than giving up sugar, honestly. I had migraines, and this is not to scare you off, and it could be different for you. It might be easy. I had migraines every day. I felt sick. I had no energy. It was bad. It was really bad to detox from coffee. But since I've given it up, I don't need it in the morning. I drink green tea instead. I may have an occasional Red Bull for those days that I stay out a little too late. So yeah, I would definitely recommend if you are blood type O, if you're having digestive issues, maybe getting off the coffee for a while and see how it makes you feel. The other thing was dairy. So we're not supposed to have dairy, but we can have eggs. We can have mozzarella and we can have feta, but we can't have any other cheese, which I found interesting. What was the other thing? But yeah, it's kind of cool because, okay, so this little book basically gives you a quick little list. You don't have to read like this whole thing. So it'll tell you what the highly beneficial foods are. It'll tell you the neutral that are maybe okay, and then it tells you the foods to avoid. So for instance, it says to avoid ice cream. It says to avoid Monterey Jack cheese, string cheese. I love string cheese, but what if it's mozzarella string cheese? Because we can have mozzarella. Of course, blue cheese. I love blue cheese. I have to avoid that. I have to avoid cheddar cheese. I have to avoid cottage cheese, cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, yogurt. That's probably why I gave up on this diet. It's all the things that I eat every day, and this might be why I'm not losing weight. I think I just had a moment there. My light bulb just went on. Duh. It's like, yeah, I'm just eating all this crap I shouldn't be eating. Avoid peanuts, peanut butter, which I love peanut butter. Man, this is horrible. So what can I eat? Okay, so this is highly beneficial food is a food that acts like a medicine. Avoid is a food that acts like a poison, and neutral is a food that acts like a food. So yeah, so it's interesting. So look it up. You can just look it up by your blood type. I think AB blood type is supposed to be vegetarian. I actually talked to a couple of my meat eater friends that are AB, and they're like, hell no, I'm not doing it. I need my steak. So it may not work for you. I don't know. I just try it. I love cheese too, Sarah. I love cheese too, and I think that when I was vegetarian, I ate a lot of cheese. I would eat a whole block of cheese, and so yeah, gosh, I'm gonna have to revisit this book because I've been eating a lot of string cheese and cottage cheese and a lot of cheese. Love me some cheese. I think was that all I had? Oh, and the reason why this popped up again is because I'm doing the 75 hard challenge, and I've had a lot of people asking me on the back channel and messaging me like, why? First of all, why are you doing it? And second of all, what is it? And third, what diet are you doing? And again, like I said, I'm just not doing processed foods. I almost said processed cheese. I got cheese on my mind. But now I think I'm going to revisit my blood type diet and give it another shot. Oh, before I get to that, so one of the other trending things, if you guys are on TikTok, you probably have seen this. People are taking this prescription called Ozempic. And Ozempic, basically, I had to look it up because I was kind of curious because it's a trend right now all over TikTok of like before and afters of people taking this stuff and they're losing a lot of weight, which always intrigues me when I hear about stuff. But I'm always like, okay, what's the catch? There's got to be a catch, right? So basically, Ozempic is a prescription medication, and it's used to treat type 2 diabetes. So it's not really a weight loss drug, but people are using it as a weight loss drug. So what it does is it reduces the amount of glucose produced by the liver, and it slows down the emptying of the stomach. It lowers blood sugar levels in people with type 2 diabetes. So the reason why, and this is just something I read, the reason why people are losing weight is because of the slower stomach emptying. You constantly feel full. So obviously you're going to eat less. And so that's why people are losing weight. So I looked up, okay, so what are the side effects? There's got to be side effects, right? So the side effects, I want to say like the Kardashians might be using this. And I think that's why it's a trend, because everybody follows the Kardashians. But the side effects are nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And the other bad side effect is people that stop using it gain all the weight back. So it's kind of like, that's kind of a waste. And you got to just keep taking this medication. No, thank you. But it is. I'm seeing tons of people on TikTok losing weight. Probably you can find it on YouTube. So kind of found that interesting. Super huge trend right now, Ozempic. But I'm just not one to take a drug to lose weight. I never have been, because it typically doesn't work, right? It's a lifestyle change, and you just gonna take a drug for the rest of your life? And like, no thanks. And what does it do to the rest of your body? People never really think about that. Lots of feta in the Mediterranean diet. Yes, Sarah. That's why I like the Mediterranean diet, because I love feta cheese. I'm a big feta fan. Not everybody likes feta, but I do. So I'm happy that I could continue eating feta cheese. I guess that's one good thing for today. I can't eat string cheese anymore. Cottage cheese. Where was I at? Oh, getting back to the 75 hard. So if you don't know what 75 hard is, it's a challenge, and they call it hard for a reason. You have to drink a gallon of water a day, and I will tell you, out of all the rules, that one's probably the hardest for me, because I forget to drink my water. B, it's hard to just guzzle, and a lot of times I forget, and I do it at night right before I go to bed. So guess what that means? I have to get up like 6 times in the middle of the night to use the restroom. So I would say that's the hardest part. My suggestion to you, if you're going to try the 75 hard, to measure out, and you don't have to go buy one of those expensive freaking 1 gallon jugs. And who wants to be toting that thing around anyway? I looked at them at Chills and they're $130. Save your money. Save your money and just buy a gallon jug at Albertsons or whatever your grocery store is, the plastic one, and just continue to refill that every day in the morning, so you know where your levels are, and just refill your Hydro Flask or your Stanley cups are in right now. It's all trendy. Your Stanley cup, whatever water jug you use, and just continue to fill it. Then you can see, okay, how much water do I have left? And you got it measured out. And I just saved you $129. You're welcome. I mean, this thing was heavy. Without water in it, you could use it as a weight, I guess, like a workout. But yeah, no, you don't need to buy that. The other rule is no alcohol, which easy for me this time because I'm sober, 6 months sober. Last year I tried doing 75 hard and I was drinking, and I think after a couple of weeks I gave up because I was at a convention. Of course, we're drinking, and I'm like, I want to have a beer. So I failed last year when I tried it. The other rule is you have to do 2 45-minute workouts every day. You can't have a day off, and that's hard. Yesterday, I'll be honest with you, I usually get up at 4:45 in the morning to go to spin class. And yesterday I was so exhausted. I'm like, I'm just going to sleep in till 6 in the morning. But doing that, I couldn't do my workout in the morning. And I thought, I could just take a day off. I was like, oh crap, I'm doing the 75 hard. I can't take a day off. So I had to squeeze 2 45-minute workouts in yesterday. One of them has to be outside, and that's the other hard part. So I just basically ended up doing yoga on my patio for 45 minutes, and then I had rehearsal for dancing for 45 minutes. So I took care of that. But it's hard. I mean, it's hard to squeeze in 45-minute workout. I'm sure a lot of you know that, especially when you're busy running a business, have kids. It's just hard, but doing this challenge helps. I'm kind of a challenge person. If I have a challenge, I'll do it. What was the other rule? Oh, and then following a diet of your choosing. So you can choose the diet. I mean, if you want to just call it the seafood, I'll eat all the food I see diet. I mean, it didn't really specify what kind of diet you had to follow. So I'm just saying. So you got to do that. And then, this is the other hard part. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction book a day. So it can't be a fiction book. It has to be like a self-development book or something like that. That's hard for me because I don't read. I usually just doom scroll at night on TikTok. And I almost lost my Instagram. Pause because you weren't using the app. Yes, I am using the app. There we go. Sorry, I lost Instagram for a minute. I just got distracted. That happens a lot. Squirrel. I think I gave you all the rules. So 10 pages a book, 10 pages in a book, 2 45-minute workouts, drinking a gallon of water a day, and no alcohol. 75 days. No stopping. No days off. Try it. See how far you can go. If you do it, let me know, and I will be your I was going to say compatibility partner. That's not accountability partner. Gosh, it's a morning. And then if you were like me and, Billy, I don't have time to work out, girl, guy, you have time. So I had a coach and he told me, you know what, just wake up an hour earlier than you do every day. And there's your workout time. And I've been doing that. And hello, Sebastian. I've been doing that, and that definitely helps. And it's better to get it done in the morning because you know how the day goes. It's kind of just gets away from you. So definitely recommend just getting up an hour earlier than you normally do, and you'll get your workout in. So that's what I got for you today. Thanks, Sarah, for your insight. I'm feeling you, girl, because it's hard. It's so hard. Like if I was rich and I could afford to have somebody go buy my groceries and cook my food, then it'd be easy, right? And that's why we gotta remember these celebrities that are all thin and trim and all perfect looking. It's like, yeah, they have money to pay people to do all the crap that we don't have time for. So give yourself grace and just try to make yourself better every day. That's all you can do, right? Yeah, all of a sudden I sound like some fitness motivational person, which I'm not. I'm actually having a hard time losing weight. I want to lose 10 pounds. And another one too, real quick. One that has worked for me, if you're just trying to shed some weight real quick, is the Prolon diet. Some of you guys have probably seen me posting about it. It's a fasting. It's a fast mimicking diet. So basically you order it. It's like 150, 170 bucks, something like that. You order this kit. It gives you all the food you need for the week. And it's basically these soup packets, and it gives you the instructions. So if you're like somebody that's like, oh, I don't know what to do, this just gives you all the instructions, and all you have to do is follow them. And it gives you everything you need. You don't have to go do grocery shopping and do any of that. Super easy. The most I've lost when I've done that in a week is 10 pounds, which is a lot to lose in a week. Yeah, it might be some water weight, but it's still 10 pounds. But yeah, so they give you 5 boxes. So it's a 5-day fast. These 5 boxes, and each box, so the one box is for the day, and there's soup mixes in there, and it tells you, okay, you eat this soup in the morning, this soup, whatever, and it just tells you, and then you drink this weird drink. I don't know what's in it. I should probably look at the ingredients. And then you get this little Choco Crisp for dessert at night, which I tell you, I look forward to that little Choco Crisp every day. Well, you don't get them every day though. I think you get them 3 days out of the 5, but I look forward to having that Choco Crisp at the end. But try it. It's Prolon. It's Prolon. If you just need to shed some weight real quick, that one is really good. So that's all I got. Wow, I talked for a long time because I've done pretty much most every diet that's out there. So if you ever want to chat, ever have questions, I need a pusher. Sarah, you need a pusher. I will be your pusher if you push me back. I need a pusher too. And a personal trainer. Yes, I have had a personal trainer in the past, and it does help because, yeah, you can go to the gym every day, but sometimes you don't know what to work and maybe you're not doing it right, because I think, oh, I'm doing it right. And he's like, no, your posture is wrong, or whatever. So hiring a personal trainer is not a bad idea, to help with like form and kind of give you different exercises, so you're not doing the same exercise every day. I was going to say something else and I forgot what it was. Oh, well. All right. Well, cool. You guys, thanks for watching, and hit me up. Hit me up if there's a diet that you're on right now and it's working, or you just want to chat or need an accountability partner. I'm your gal. So just hit me up, and have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. I don't even know what's going on this weekend, so have fun. It's not going to be very nice out though in Billings. See you guys later.